To create a business, everybody needs to create a business plan. But if you want to create a business plan, it's going to take a significant amount of time and resource for you to build it up. But you actually don't know the idea you wanted to build a business probably is not going to work for you. And most of the time, the idea we got on an entrepreneur always think that that is going to work, but actual reality is not like that. So there is an excellent tool for this one to get entrepreneurs or even in futures founders to test their every idea to see that is the idea is really can go take off the ground and can be really a business or not. So the tool name is the business model canvas. So when you look at the business model canvas, it has total 9 segments and it has 9 segment blocks. We're gonna ask some really straightforward questions. So I'm going to go through with each of the boxes right now, and I'm going to share you those key questions that will really help you to understand how you should prepare for each of the boxes. More clear and more honest and more specific answer you're going to put for each of the boxes will significantly empower you to become getting a great result. Great result doesn't mean that it's going to be a successful business. Great result means that this idea will not create a business and you don't waste your time and you just move on for the next idea. So now let's get started with each of this idea. So number 1 boxes of this one. Besides that, I also would like to tell you is after going through this, I'm going to go through business model canvas, and at the same time, I'm going to also going through the business model canvas of Uber as well too, so you can really understand how the hard question to be asked, and then from the example, you can really understand how the Uber and what is the business model canvas for Uber. So let's get started. So like I mentioned, there are total 9 building blocks here in business model canvas. So number 1, we talk about the key partner. The partnership is always been a very crucial for any kind of business. Even you remember all the successful business owners, they've always been very competitive and very focused about partnerships. So think about a very successful company in tech. What comes to your mind? Apple? Microsoft? Yes, Microsoft is super great in their partnerships. Even you can read the history. Bill Gates even went to become a partner of his biggest competitor, Apple, to become his partner. And actually being their partner was solving their problems into the Apple corporations. So this is that's why the partnership is so important. To get the partners, you really need to understand how do you interact with your current and potential customer? How do you get and keep upsell customers, and what type of relationship do you expect from working with you? So these are the hard questions you really need to ask and put on together as well too. But there is a lot of way people like to define partners. Like one of the example could be Mark Cuban, one of the Shark Tank sharks, often said that the one who makes money for me is my partner. So that's why you're going to choose the right partner for you. So when we can partner with the right partner who can actually make you good going and being successful. Now let's move to the next building blocks. In this block is about the key activities. Here the key question you need to ask about: what kind of activities do you need to do to provide that value to your customer? What do you need to do well to make money? This is very important thing. Entrepreneurs always been very passionate about, very core level about doing something. Yes, you're going to be focusing about solving the problem, but what do you need to do well to make the money? You may do a lot of things, but what are the specifically things you need to do it well that will bring back your revenue? So that's the key activities. So now let's move to the next building blocks, which is value proposition. So these are the hard question you need to ask in this block is about the value do you deliver to the customer? Are you really delivering customer, and how much? To how many customers? And what or which problem are you helping to solve for your customers? That's very important. Most of the time, entrepreneurs always been thinking about, oh, I got an idea, it's gonna be a big hit. But actually, what kind of problem you're really solving? And that's what is very related to this block, which is customer segment. Often entrepreneurs or founder or product owner always think about everybody is my customer, everybody can buy from me. Actually, it's not. Who are your customer? You really need to know what are the particular age group, what kind of particular income zone is your customer, and who you can really, that group you really need to best serve as well too. And that's related to this box, which is about key resources. What are the key resources you really need to serve your customer in the best possible way? and where they can really, you can deliver the value proposition so you can get the most amount of money. And now this is the way, the next question. This block is about the customer relationship. How do you get and keep and grow an upsell customer? Upsell, grow and upsell customer. Sometimes you probably need to start really low, but you cannot stay low all the time. You need to upsell your customer as well too, and they will be fine to pay you because they get the real value from you. And then this is the question is, how do you interact with your current and potential customer? That's very important. Are you doing an omni-channel? Or are you doing a multi-channels? Or are you doing in hotlines? What are those things you really think about? And those are also really related to your key resources as well too. So that is why the key resources is one of the very important boxes coming before this one. And what type of relationship do you expect from working with you as well too? So when the people working with you, customer working with you, what kind of relationship you want to give it to them is very important. And now this is very connected to your next building blocks, that is called channels. How do you deliver your product and services? Are you really going to deliver it B2B, business to business, or you need to do business to a customer? So what is your exact model? Here often founders think about, I'm going to serve everyone, so it's B2B and B2C. But you need to think about, with your present key resources, with the best possible key activities, what is really model is really needed to serve your key customers. You probably should have a plan for this part where you're early adopter as well too. And then this is coming back to it, how are you reaching your customer and prospects? It's very important as well too. So this is the thing you really need to do, brainstorming and put all those things in the box. So now I'm coming to the last two key boxes. The number one, the cost structure. What are the major cost drivers of the business? You really need to identify them, because in moving forward, you need to find a way to optimize them as well too. Because if you don't reduce the cost, your revenue means take away profit will never grow. So you always need to find out what are the major cost drivers and find a way to optimize them. So this is the first point to think about. The second one, include key resources and key activities on this as well too. So what are the key resources are performing, what kind of key activities for you here? And this is so important because in the beginning you think that you can do alone everything, but you need a team, you probably need a pack. So if you're thinking about, most of the entrepreneurs always think, I'm going to do everything, I'm going to do a website, I'm going to do the sales, I'm going to do the marketing. You can't do it all. You need a team for that. And what type of cost structure are you going to be using? That's also very important as well too. Are you going to hire the top grade resources, or are you going to take a middle grade, or are you going to get the cheapest resource, or you want to be more an outsource model, or you want to build your in-house team? So these are all the questions you need to think about, and what is the cost for you? And now this is one of the key things. After doing all this thing, how is this business earning revenue from customer and delivering the value proposition? This is a very straightforward questions. Where is earning really money by providing his value proposition, and what kind of revenue stream will the business be primarily relying on? So you probably have a lot of streams, but you're not sure about, but you need to have at least 1, 2, 3 primary. So this is something I always recommend about. You should always think about 3 primary business stream, earning stream, which brings money to your business. So if even 1, even 2 in the worst case fail in time, but you have 1 more stream primarily, and that will protect your business to move forward. So this is the test tool of any business idea to see that can it really be a business. Now let's jump into the Uber business model canvas and let's look into it, how they really build this business model for Uber, and so it becomes really successful. Now let's have a look at the business model canvas. This is Uber, and we already know that it's been very successful on this business model. So you can see the key partners, the drivers with their cars, because the driver without a car is not their partner. Just the car cannot be a partner as well too. And then payment processor, because it needed a really streamlined and easy payment processor. They did not build it, they partner with this one. Map API provider, because they need apps with their map to navigate other people. And then investor. So many of the people, entrepreneurs, forget to put investors or angel investor or VC to put in the key part, but actually if they need monies, they have to put it on. So if you are considering, put it on. Then let's move to the key activities: the product development and management, and then marketing and customer acquisition, hiring drivers, managing driver layouts, and customer support. So these are the key activities they're really focused about. So when you're designing your key activities for your particular business model canvas, focus what is really important to you. Hiring a driver. Without a hiring driver, they cannot do anything. Without a customer service, they will never retain the customer. Without managing the driver payouts, the driver will never willing to work for them, and they will be just walk away. And now the key resources, you can see that technological platform and skilled driver. Because without a skilled driver, they will get you into different kind of accidents, and that will ruin their reputation. So now let's move to the value proposition. When it comes to value propositions, you can see this is the one. The customers, minimum waiting time, because before to get a taxi, as a customer, we had to wait for a really long time, and we didn't know how much we have to call multiple times, and we try to stop a taxi on the street. They don't want to stop, so we don't know how long we have to wait. But now it's come to a timeline. We know how much we need to wait to get it done. Then the price is lesser than the formal taxi fares, because before always there was a speculation that the taxis are cutting our pocket, and Uber come up with the standard price, and before you get in the taxi, you already know how much you need to pay. Cashless ride, you don't need to carry the cash. Can see the ETA and track the cab on the maps. If you don't know the way, if you're in a city and you don't know the way around, you will never feel insecure, because you're always in the map and you can see where it's going. Is it going close to your target, or is it going far to your target? So that's actually a very, very comfortable thing. And now let's look at the driver side. Additional source of income. Driver was not owning this source, but they could easily get around. They can do their things around all over the city. And then they can get some extra trip out. Maybe they're moving from one side to another side of the city and for a particular thing, and they can grab a couple of few peoples and they can earn extra money. So that's perfect for them. Flexible working schedule and can work part-time. So somebody has a full-time job of serving other kind of restaurants and all day, and the evening they can take that cab out and earn extra money. So that's a great one. Easy payout procedure, which is coming from very key activities, because they have done very well, so they can easily receive the payments. So it's such an amazing for them as well too. And then let's talk about the customer relationship. They use social media because it's very cost effective. They use the customer support in the beginning a lot, and then slowly they move it to a very optimum AI solutions, review, rating, and feedback system. So like an example, you know that if you're giving multiple 4-star even to a taxi Uber driver for in a period of time, they will drop out. So that's a really strong message to the driver. Manage the customer experience, because that was one of the things was being heard by taxi driver for a long period of time. Now let's talk about the channels. So they comes to build a website, they build mobile app and for Android and mobile app for iOS. So they wanted to cover the two main giant mobile side, and they build a website as well too. So then basically it covers everything, because the time when the Uber came to the market, by the time Windows and Symfony and those are almost dead. I mean, basically dead. So now let's talk about the customer segments. Customer segments, users and the drivers, they segmented very clearly. So users, those are who do not own a car, they want to get a car. Those who do not want to drive themselves to a party or function, because when the people go to the party, they like to drinks, and when they are having drinks, they cannot drive because of the law of the country, and it's not safe for them as well too. So they would like to take another car, somebody get a drive for them. And the people who likes to travel in style and want to be travel as a VIP. So it's something like somebody, like an example, you are living in a city and you are moving to another city, and then you don't need to take your car there. You can just take the flight and move on to another city, and then you can get into a Uber car, and that's solved you such a great way and experience. And then the next one is those who wants to a cost-effective cab for their doorstep. That means you don't need to call any number, just get your tab or get your phone, put the number and address for you, and it's going to pick you up on the door. So that's such a convenient way. So that's like a customer segments. These are the people become the customer of Uber very fast. So if you're thinking about your customer segments, pick up a really strong niche like that, who really willing to buy in your product as soon as they see it. And then comes to a driver. People who wants to own their car and wants to earn more extra money. So they got their own jobs probably, or maybe they're in the job gaps right now, and they have time, So they can start actually making money, or maybe they are lower middle class people and earning zone, and then they can find another way to earn more. So this is perfect for them as well too. And then people who love to drive, people just go around and see around different part of the city in the evening. The same time they can simply open the Uber app, take it as a driver, and during the travel time they actually makes money. So that's amazing, right? And then those who wish to be called partners instead of drivers. So this is one of the things. The taxi driver always been treated as just a driver for the taxi company, but Uber called them as their partner, because this is where is the key. You can see that they actually upgraded Uber, so there's Uber drivers as their partners. So a lot of taxi driver did not feel respectful because of the attitude and the management of the taxi company. They just moved to Uber and become a much more respectful positions in the company. And then let's come to the cost structure. So you can see the technological infrastructure, salaries for permanent employees, and lunch events and marketing expenditures, because they had to educate the market. So you always need to think about how you're gonna educate the market. And you can see that one, they have put it as one of the key cost structure. So when you're building a particular business, your marketing and branding should be always been one of the key cost structure. If you don't do that, you will have problem. And unfortunately, this is where almost certain amount, a pretty high amount of entrepreneurs make the mistake. They don't put their marketing and branding as one of their cost structure, or even they put it in a really inefficient manner. Putting an ad in the TV will not really solve your problem, but if you can put the ad for a period of time in social media, it's gonna be a much more bring to you the right way if you really target your social media campaign to your customer segments. So now let's move to the next box. It's a revenue stream. Car rides on per kilometer or mile basis. So every mile they drive, you make money. Search pricing, UberX, Uber Taxi, Uber Black, Uber SUV, etc. Different kind of, like a premium, mid-premium, and economy, different kind of options coming as a different amount of products. They actually segmented it themselves. So who wants to go premium, they can get a premium one. Who wants to get a cheaper one, they can get a cheaper one. Even they have an Uber bike as well right now. So if somebody can get into an Uber bike and even gets the most economical deal. So you have Uber Cargo to get the delivery of some stuff. Uber rideshare, you want to get multiple people and reduce your cost because your budget is small, and you can be in a car still by using Uber Share. So this is where they have diversified the product, the same product, their way they position to their customer in a different way, and cover and expanded the customer segments. So like an example, it was costing by an MRT $10 to go to the office, but now example, that customer, if they find it out by taking an Uber Share, they're spending $8 to go to the office with almost the same period of time without waiting in an MRT and lining up for a long queue, and even without getting a seat in MRT, being standing all the time. But now in Uber Share, now they can be in the car, have a seat, picked up from their home, and paying $8. So why not those people are gonna start using this one? So if you are building your product customers revenue stream, you have to think very strategically to put it on here in a very clear manner. Otherwise, it's gonna be always a problem. So this is the point for you guys. So if you want to do a business, you have to build a business model canvas before you do anything, because this is your test zone. If you do this one, then you get a very clear idea that is this going to shine or is this not going to shine. And if it's going to shine, then you can move on to start doing a business plan. And when you come to business plan, I also suggest to do it another thing that's called lean canvas model. So lean canvas model is very much focused about one customer discovery. So this video is going to pop up right after in top of your screen. After finishing this video, you can actually download it, the template from the description sections of the business model canvas, and so get it, and then do not miss the next video which is coming for you as well, which is going to give you about the lean business model canvas, which is going to help you for do your product discovery, which is going to give you a specific product to see is it going to be sell, or is it going to be a right fit for your business right now or not? So guys, do not waste your time, because you are an entrepreneur you have been very passionate about, but all you need to do, you need to know what you're going to do is going to work or not. It's not just do it. Let's do the test before you start spending good amount of effort, so you can save those time from getting wasted for executing something which is really has the right legs, so which will be flying, because you can put your best possible energy accelerator on top. If you still need any kind of advices, please go ahead and comment this video. I would love to give you an advice. If you have seen in my video, you go ahead and comment it as well. I'm happy to take your feedbacks, and I will do my best to answer you as soon as possible.